Hi, my name is Wilx, and this is episode 6 of Project Ozone 3. Today, I'm going to show you the portals of dislocation and how we can use them. We're going to make a digi-miner so we can get things like Landium ore. We're going to make a sag mill, an alloy smelter, a splice and slice. Then we're going to go on and make some ender armor. We're going to empower that armor. We're going to put things like gliders and enchants on it, and including a tormented Enderman head. And we're going to do a little bit of brewing so we can make a night vision potion. All right, let's get started here. First off, the portal of dislocation. You get that from sieving crushed endstone. And blaze powder is easy, etc. So that is your dislocator. Easy to make. And then we can place them on top of pedestals, which is just stone and blaze powder. And so when I go to show you this, let's make something that we can use it for. So I'm going to make myself a digital miner. Now, between last episode and this episode, he updated to 0.38. And he changed the recipe for the steel casing here. This recipe now takes gray plastic. Now, I'd already made one of these last episode, if you remember. It was still sitting in the table. So I could use that to make this digital miner. But I'm going to have to show you sometime reasonably soon, I guess, how to make it with Pneumaticraft. But I'd already planned this episode out, so I'm going to go ahead and make one anyways. The parts in it, that's straightforward. This is a little more interesting, but not that much more interesting. It does take refined obsidian. So all of this is, it looks complicated, but it's actually all fairly easy stuff. And that's our digital miner. All right, so let's come over here. So the dislocator, what we do is we stand where we want to save the position. So let's say we wanted to save it right here. And we press Shift, we right click, and we've now set one to this location. And we can put down pedestals, and then we can drop them on top of there. So I've set one up for the crops, for the mob farm, for the Nether. Let's use the one to the Nether right now. That's the real reason I set this up right now. The other two, I had portals sitting right there, but not for the Nether. So this is just a little glass room, not particularly big. Got a dislocator pedestal to go back over here. And let's place down our digital miner. I think, actually, let me double check this. I think F9. Yeah, that's where the center of the room, the chunk is. So let's try to get close to the center. There we go. All right. So now that that's, I'm going to need some things. I'm going to need that, and I'm going to need some blocks of some sort. Cobblestone will do. I need something to climb up on top of this. And I'm going to put this, if we put this up here, I'm hoping that it's going to pull cobblestone out of there, and every time it breaks a block, it's going to fill it in with cobble. This doesn't need to be here anymore. All right, so, I know something else I'm going to need. I haven't made my Spectre coils yet. I can. Nether stars from patient bags. But I'm not doing it this episode, so I'll just put that thing in there. We're not going to use very much. I'm going to be very selective of what we are going to put in there. Oh, something else we should do is put in some upgrades. So we're going to put in energy upgrades first. We'll wait till this gets started, finished, and then we'll put in the speed upgrade so it can move onto the screen. All right. So we're going to need to configure this. We've already set it to pull on. And I'm going to configure it a couple of different ways. New filter. One I'm going to do by mod ID. And we want to get ourselves some here, land core. Is it done that way? Yeah, we want to get Landium ore. And that's in this set here. So save that. And we've got that one in there. Let's make another filter. We'll do this one a different way. We'll use the ore dictionary this time. And I'm going to type it in as ore, lava, crystal. And see, it showed up here, so the ore, lava, crystal is in there now. And we're going to set our radius to 32. And that's locked in there. We got the two filters on. All right. Oh, and one other thing. If I'm going to leave it, notice this is not a spot chunk loader. This is a full chunk loader. And we'll drop it down anywhere in this chunk. And it's set to show lasers. So it's going all the way out like that, which should handle 32. Will it? 16. It's a radius of 32, right? Radius of 32. So it's going to be going out more than one chunk. There. We'll do 25 chunks. So now it's going to be definitely covering the full area. All right. So then we just need to start it. Let's see, it is now pulling the stuff. Pulling it reasonably quickly. And we're even getting our lava crystals. So those can be a pain to find, this stuff. And it makes it so much easier when you get a digital miner. So when I show up with that stuff for next episode, you'll know where I got it. Oh, notice that I'm over top of regular netherrack. And you can see the ore sticking out of the regular netherrack. There's a couple of different types of netherrack in here. And the other types, I understand they don't have ores in them. So that's why you deliberately want it with the ones with ores. See, this thing's already finished. And it got me my two types of ore here. And I don't need to leave this here anymore. I can take it with me if I want. But that's enough for this part. Let's go back. Let's drop off some of our junk since we don't need it right now. Okay. Did the portals, digiminer. Let's move on to our sag mill, alloy smelter and stuff. Now I did make a simple sag mill and a simple alloy smelter. And I'm going to make some of the parts that I'm using now. Okay. So if we come over here, one of the things you got to make is an industrial dye blend. Get that from sieving. That you just crush some lapis. Organic green dye. That's actually the interesting one. You need to take clippings and a rice ball, a rice slime ball. And that's how I got the organic one. And the organic black dye is just pulverized coal with a rice slime ball. And I made that in the simple alloy smelter. And for this, the industrial machine chassis, that's where you use the industrial die blend. With a simple machine chassis, notice grains of infinity and stuff. We got lots of that now, stacks and stacks and stacks of it. So our simple sag mill goes there. Oh, and I didn't show you the recipe for that. Dark steel nuggets, those, pretty straightforward stuff. So that's our sag mill done. Then we're going to come over here and take our simple alloy smelter. That's a powered furnace. Straightforward stuff. All of it. Put that there. So sag mill's going to go back here again. And there. All right. Next up, we've got to make some soul attuned die blend. Well, that's made the same way. Crushed quartz, same way. Organic brown dye. That is the twigs and prunings. I kept them. So yeah, I got those for the clippings and the trimmings by doing it with recipe. By doing it with leaves, I think. Like that. All right. And so that's how I got these. And oh, what else was there here? Soul powder, which was is that I want? Whoops. There it is. Soul sand and gold nuggets. And we use that to make our soul chassis, which is that and the simple chassis. And the rest of the stuff is for any type of head goes there. And then we also used a soul chassis to make an experience obelisk. And I left a little spot to drop down my experience obelisk. And let's go do some... Oh, notice that I have a ender tank here and one at my mob farm to collect the essences now. I changed that over. And I put one down here. And this tank has a whole pile of essence in it right now. But we're going to change that over. It's no longer going to be an insert. It's going to be extract always active. And it's going to push it up into that thing. So all the fluid now coming in is going to go up there. And I'll take that tank away when it empties out. All right. So to use this guy here, put him right there. Oh, something else I'm going to have to do for all of these to use them correctly. This one is going to be, for, see the word smelting in there? That means it's for my alloy smelter. See the second one from the end, it says wonder. Wonder is, I think, second best that you can do for capacitors in general. It's a generic one for all types of capacitors. The smelting part, notice it says incredibly smelting, which is one of the best ones, I think, for smelting. Enhanced hot, I forget what hot's for a generator or something. And the good hungry, that means it can use extra power to do things faster. So we'll use that one for the alloy smelter. We'll use this one, which says crushed, incredibly, yeah, impossible. I think that's the best you can do for the capacitor. And incredibly, I think that's pretty good as well. I forget exactly where it fits on the scale. And place down. The other one we've got here is, see the word cut? So that means it's for the slice and splice. And it's a wonder again, so it's good there. And premium, which is middle of the road, but good. And premium insatiable. I forget what insatiable stands for, but it's a good thing. Okay, so in here, we're going to drop that one in. In here, we want the one for smelting, yeah. And in here, we want that. And these were all from my mob farm, and I sifted through a whole pile of different ones to find the ones that I liked. All right, so those are all set up. Now we're going to need some some shears. Dark shears just have better durability on them. So we'll put those in there. Now we're going to make some stuff with this. Oh, by the way, these are a lot of the recipes that I was using to make stuff from before. Okay. So here we are going to use that to start. Oh, I should show you this. So the recipe for that is atomic reconstructor with nether quartz. The recipe, whoops. The recipe for that is just crush or pulverize or whatever this. Okay, so we need to put in that. Whoops. And now we got 4 Guardian diodes. Why is my mouse holding on to things? So we'll take one, we'll put it there, and we now have ourselves an ender plate. Now, notice this ender plate could be made that way. It's not in part of the chain. However, in 3.8, oh, I should have had it for the dark armor. Dark helm. Okay, this didn't used to be in this chain. It is now. So that's the dark armor. Now dark armor's a step down from what I'm using. See, it's a 2-1. And hold on, let's make this. Then we'll make the helm. No, it's a 4-3. This is like much better armor than the dark armor. So if Cazador Sniper's still watching my channel, expect that to be changed with the next update. So if you want to make this stuff, make it now. It's going to be going away. Unless he doesn't watch my channel anymore, then you're safe. Ender leggings. Ender boots. We're going to make a glider. Well, why are you making a glider? You could get yourself a totem for flight. Or even better, you could make a angel ring, which I'll probably do next episode. So why bother with the glider? Well, for the Twilight Forest, he's turned off creative flight. And there's a couple of ways you can deal with it. You can deal with it with a jetpack, but the regular jetpacks from the jetpack mod, he downgraded the power until you make it all the way up to the flux ones, but they're way deep in the chain on armor. Or you could make yourself a digital jetpack, a mechanism jetpack, and use that. It runs off of hydrogen or something instead. But another way to do it is you put a glider on your armor, and then you take, so you still get to wear your armor, and then you take the staff of what's the name of the staff? I forgot the name of the staff. Staff of Traveling. And you can travel around, like, use it to fly way up into the sky, and then use the glider to take you where you want to go. I'm going to make a dark steel anvil, much better durability on that. I'd go through a whole bunch of regular anvils doing this. What do you see how much of this I got to do? Next step, grainy capacity. So I'm using some of those grains of infinity. I've got stacks and stacks and stacks of them. Oh, I'm going to need that. Put it there, and that's 4 basic capacitors. And then we've got some basic capacitors in there already made, some double layer capacitors, and some octadic capacitors. We need vibrant alloy for that, which was that. And we're going to need 4 vibrant crystals. So that's vibrant alloy ingots and emeralds. And okay, let's come over here and we'll put down our anvil. And I am first off going to store all my experience. Then I'm going to take back, whoops, what happened? Store all player experience, there we go. And take back 4. Alright, so if we put this here, put one of those in there, enchant cost 4, and we've got that. Let's do that again. We'll go 4. Now, you see, if I took all the experience right now, let's say I took it all out and I had 144 levels, and I went to use 4 levels, I'd be left with 140. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take 4 levels. This bar barely moved at all. Put it there. Put that in. And I get my 4 levels like that. Because down at the bottom end, it is way cheaper to do this. Put that in. That in. Boom. And one more time. 4. So that's why I like these things. It's very efficient on the way it uses your levels of experience. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put basic capacitors in here. And they're going to take 8. So we'll do there, take 2 away. Whoops. There we go, we got 8. And I'll do the other 3 just like that. I'm cutting away for just a second here. Okay, so I have put the basics on all of those. Let's see what we've got to do for the next one, for the double layers. Oh, I guess I should be showing you something. This thing's at empowered 2 now. So what that means is it used to be at 50% damage absorbed for power 1. Oh, sorry, empowered 1. Empowered 2 is going to put it at 150. Empowered 3 is going to put it at 250, and it's going to do 70% of the damage is going to get absorbed. And I need 12 for that. So we go through this again. Put that in. Put a double in. Get that. And I'm going to cut away while I do the helm, the pants, and the boots again. And there, we've got them done. Now, octadic capacitors. Need 16. Where are we going with that? Okay, so we're going from 70% and 250 to 1 million, and we're doing 85%. Much better. And it takes 16 levels of experience to do that. So we come over here, and we put that on. And again, I'll cut away to do the other 3. There, now we've got the 3 of those done. So for our next step on that, we're going to do something different. We are going to make ourselves a brewing stand. And we are going to make ourselves a golden carrot. We'll come over here. We'll put down our brewing stand. And I'm going to need you. Actually, I guess I'll take all of those and that. Whoops. So we feed that. No, put you in as fuel. Then we'll put in our bottles. I don't need 3 of these, but I'm making them, so I'll make them now. Who knows? Maybe I'll need one if I upgrade to star armor or something. Once I got lots of nether stars. Well, actually, I need the 3 awkward potions. I could always use them. That's what I'm making right now. So that's the awkward potions. The question is whether I want to use 3 awkwards on that to get this. Oh, actually, that's not what I'm doing right now. I forgot. Coming back over here, I remember it involved water bottles. Now, this is the wrong Enderman head. Off to the mob farm. And it's these ones that I want. Oh, notice I've set these up. So the loot bag openers, the way it works is I've got this set to self-feed enabled. Both insert and extract on green, and it's leafing through them that way fairly quick. But notice that we've got another star over here. So we've got 1 nether star. So that means that I can make spectral energy thingy-majig because I now have another star for the beacon. And to get the things like this, I take a specter sapling, and that gives me them in a bonsai. And tainted soil in a flint stiffened mesh. And tainted soil is witch water and dirt. Makes tainted soil. So I'm all set up to do that now. I just don't have time this episode. Alright, so come over here. There, and what was it thing? Yeah. That's very good on the way it sorts things out for me here. Let's come over here, and this is the sort of the last step to these. Put that in there. See, this is a tormented Enderman head now. It costs 20. So these don't stay in there if I... No, it comes back in my inventory. So that goes there, that goes there. And, oh, again, we're going from 1 million and 85% to 2.5 million and 95%. It's going to absorb 95% of the damage and use that 2.5 million to absorb it. Again, I'm going to do the other 3. I'll cut away for that. And there we go. That's the third one done. Okay. Before we start messing with odds and ends, let's do the things that are in common. This is one of the things I want the most. Now notice this is the soulbound from Ender.io. It's superior to the other soulbound in that it doesn't get used up. Doesn't have a limited number of uses, like 3 uses or something. And unbreaking. So let's start with those ones. So if we put this in here, and protection, just an enchant cost of 4. So that's cheap. Put it in there with one of these. And now we've got protection 4 on it. And again, I'm going to cut away to do the other 3. And there we go. That's our boots done as well. Okay, so now soulbound. Cost of 5. That's pretty cheap for soulbound. Oops. And cutting away again. And there's our boots. They have soulbound on them too now. Next up. Enchant cost of 6 for unbreaking. Cutting away again. Okay, now that that's done, what else we got in here? Well, let's pull the rest out. We got mending, we got respiration, feather falling, and the special. That was night vision. We're not using it anymore because I couldn't turn it on and off. Okay, so the other one where it's a full 4 of them is going to be mending, which is 9. So we'll put that in there. Cutting away again for the last time. There we go. Okay, so respiration. That goes on a helm. 21 for respiration. Really? I'm probably never going to use that. Oh well, who cares? I really don't care about the amount of experience that I have here. Featherfall, that goes on the boots. 19. Featherfall. Oh, I know what else we're going to need. We're going to need... No, not you. One of these night vision potions here. Okay, so for the helm and night vision, enchant cost of 4. Oh, that's not bad. We got that done. Oh, our glider wings. Enchant cost of 4 again. Again, it's cheap. And then pistons go on the boots. And it's, I think it's 4, 6, 8. That's the way it goes. I don't remember. We'll find out. Let's try it. Yep, 4, 6. Next one should be 8. And so that gave us jump 3. So it's got Unbreaking 3, Mending, and Featherfall 4 on this. It's got just the Unbreaking, Soulbound, Protection 4, etc. Now, what I couldn't get to work was you're supposed to be able to put a Swiftness potion or Speed potion on the leggings, and I could not get it to go on. So if you've been able to put speed potions on the leggings, let me know. I couldn't get it to work. Not in this pack anyways. I've done it before. I did it in Age of Engineering, for instance, on the dark armor. And that's got glider and empowered and all the rest of that. Okay. So let's take a look at this. There, you can see what I look like right here. And is that everything? Yep, that's everything on the list. Well, I hope you learned something new. Go out there and have some fun. Thanks.